right. Hello, Stampers. I accidentally turned us on, so we're going to be on. So I will be with you in just a minute. So if this is Pat from Pat's Card Corner I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And I'm on like 10 minutes early because I accidentally hit the button. So hello there. Hope you're having a good day. Or hope you had a good day because it's now 8 o'clock at night, my time. And I'm just kind of getting my computer set up, so I'm just going to talk to you for a minute. If you have looked at my blog lately, then you know, if I can get my sound up here. Okay, then you know that we had a little bout with COVID here at my house. We are all fine though. Very mild case, a little bit of sniffles, a little sore throat, and that was about it. So fortunately, we are all good to go. And my mom, who lives with us, actually she got it first, or tested positive first. I thought she just had a little allergy thing going on, but it was COVID, so. And then she passed it to me. Fortunately, my husband did not get sick, so that was a good thing. So, okay. So I realize you probably haven't joined me yet. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what's been going on in Stampin' Up! So you probably know that a new catalog came out, and of course it came out almost 2 weeks ago. This is the new mini catalog, July through December. This has, obviously, if you look at the front, you can see that there is lots of Christmas stuff on the front. So this catalog has, I'm just going to flip through it while I talk, has lots of, see if I can get the whole thing in here. There we go. Christmas stamp sets, new Christmas paper. Trying to kind of move it here and there. There's more, lots of candy canes, banners, Christmas trees, ornaments. You can get a little idea over here of some cards to go with that. There's also mistletoe, reindeer. I mean, this catalog pretty much has it all. And Santa and his train. Little Santa train there. So if you have nieces, nephews, small children, anybody that likes whimsical things, this Santa suite's really cute. I bought it. I haven't made anything with it yet, so you'll probably see some cards coming within the next month or two with Christmas stuff in it. It is a little early for Christmas, but that's okay. We got poinsettias. We have little penguins. They're from last year. They came back because they were very popular. And right now I'm just kind of wasting time. We got ornaments, farmhouses, more sparkly bright paper, glimmer paper, which is always fun because it's not glitter, it is glimmer. So it looks kind of like, it has the look of paper that has glitter, but it doesn't come off. It doesn't come off on your hands and come off on your cards. It's great. More Christmas trees, some fun little things if you like little doggies. We got little dogs, some little seals, and we've got dogs and cats, windows. This tree's for sale, which goes with one of our celebration because celebration is going on too. So for every $50 purchase that you buy either from this catalog or the annual catalog, you get to choose a free celebration items. Look at these gnomes, aren't they cute? And the paper that goes with it is really very nice. This is one of my favorites. Snowmen. I love snowmen. So, of course, I had to buy the set. I haven't made anything with that yet either. You'll see cards coming for that, hopefully, sometime soon. I haven't had much time to craft. And if you're not ready for Christmas yet, there is also fall. We got lots of beautiful fall papers. In here, we've got pumpkins, some wreaths, some Thanksgiving, more fall with leaves, fall with flowers. I know I'm flipping through pretty fast. And then we also have more of your traditional Halloween stamp sets. Got some little witches. These are really cute. If you haven't seen these, there are dies that are in the annual catalog. They're called mini pocket envelope dies, and you can make little treat bags for Halloween, and you just cut them right out of the paper and put them together. How cute is that? And fast. So if you're looking for something fun for Halloween, you want to get a jump on it, there you go. There are more Halloween sets on the next two pages. We've got hats that also have a punch that'll punch out each of those hats when you stamp them, or you can punch them directly out of designer series paper to make some really cute cards with that too. So then there's also this beautiful gingham pattern paper, which can be fall, can be Thanksgiving, can be Halloween, can be Christmas, because there's reds and greens. You can pretty much use that all year round. So then there's a couple more things. We've got some wooden things, more beautiful paper. I mean, this catalog has tons of stuff in it, so I know that you could find $50 worth of something in this catalog so that you can choose something from the Celebration catalog. So this catalog, as I said, for every $50 purchase or increment of $50, 100, 150, 200, you can choose a free item. And one of the free items is this Hippest Hippos, and the Hippo dies. So the stamp set is a $50 item, and the dies are another $50 item. I'm actually going to use this for our card tonight. So if you saw my post earlier, you saw that I was doing a card that was fun and hip. That was my hint of what stamp set I was going to use, and it is the Hippest Hippos. So that's very hip. There's also designer series paper that's got some beautiful papers that you can use. It goes with one of the stamp sets that's in the annual catalog. It coordinates with that. There's also another stamp set. These envelopes and cards have already been sold out, so they're no longer available. So any of the items that are in this catalog, once they sell out, they are not coming back. So you would have to choose something else. There's also some beautiful silver and gold paper, designer series paper. These are 6x6 size. They make great Christmas cards, wedding, anything that you want that's a little bit more formal and sparkly. There's a great stamp set. This stamp set is $100. You would need to make a $100 purchase. And then there is this set of dies, which goes with the Trees for Sale stamp set that is in the mini catalog. But it has these little camper dies, and you can see there's lots of trees, a little dog. These are examples of some of the trees. So very fun set of dies that you can get that will go with that stamp set. And then there's also a stamp set and designer series paper that go together that you can also purchase. So lots of fun things. And if you have a party and you are a host, you can also qualify to get a free stamp set that way too. So lots of fun things in Celebration catalog. So I've got like 2 minutes, and we might just kind of hang out here for a minute. If anybody's watching, if you would say hi, or tell me that you're here and watching, and give me a thumbs up. If you're watching this on the replay, you can fast forward to whatever time mark this is. I'm not sure, but if you didn't want to watch all the catalog stuff. So I am going to be stamping today with this stamp set. So I'm just going to put that there for a second. And I'm going to let you look at that for a minute. Hey, Margaret from Missouri. I think, yeah. Am I Missouri or Michigan? Michigan. I think Michigan is correct. And hi, Louise from Florida. Oh, I'd like to be in Florida right now. I love the beach. The beach is my happy place. So, which reminds me, I want to share with you a card that one of my very faithful people on here, Michigan. See, I knew I was right. Well, my second guess. When she saw that I had COVID, she decided that she was going to send me a card. So I'm going to share it with you real quick. So this card came from Laura. The beach is my happy place. She didn't know that, but she sent me a card that had the beach on it, which is great. So I hope you can see this okay. This, I think it's stamped from the Oceanfront stamp set. I just love it. She did a great job. She put little gate on it. You got some little rocks down here, which are one of the embellishments in the annual catalog. And just beautiful card. So I really appreciate the good wishes for getting well, and it must have worked because I did get well. So, all right. Okay. Oh, Louise wants to know where in Michigan you are from, Margaret. So, I have been to Michigan. My dad actually went to college in Michigan. He went to what is now known as Michigan Tech. And he had lots of fond memories being there, but it was cold, lots of snow. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started because it's a little after 8. So I am going to use this Hippest Hippos stamp set. Also the dies that go with it. I'm going to show you that real quick because there's lots of fun stuff here besides the 3. You can die cut the 3 little hippos. One's got a flower, one's kind of dancing, and one is, I'm not sure, walking, I guess. But there's also like a little boat bathtub. There's an umbrella, some flowers, some hearts. These right here, let's see if I can get it off, is like, and this piece here, when you put them together, it's a snorkel mask. So you can put your little hippo inside the little tub with some water coming out. These are little water, I'm going to flip these over, maybe you can see a little better. These are like little water droplets, so you can make your hippo look like it's swimming. Or you can have them out in the sun with some sunglasses and an umbrella. And so lots of fun other little dies that come with this set. This is just like a little curvy piece. You can make like little land, little waves. This is like a little bucket. This looks like a little boat to me. So anyway, lots of fun things on this die set besides being able to cut out your little hippos. Okay, so Livonia. I've never heard of Livonia. I have been to Daytona Beach though, back when I was in college, long time ago. We took a trip there. Who's in Arizona? Oh, Plymouth, Michigan. Yes. My mother lived in Arizona. She was in Phoenix for over 40 years, so I used to go visit there a lot. I like Arizona. I could live in Arizona. It's almost like the beach, but no water. Hot like that. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started with our card. And if you notice when I was giving you the directions, for the card base, we need a piece that is 8.5 by 11. We are going to do some scoring and cutting with this, so obviously the card will not be this big. It is going to be the regular size of a standard card, which is 5.5 by 4.25. So we're going to do a little bit of scoring and cutting to make that, do that. So I'm just going to leave that right here. We're going to stick this right there. Maybe we'll do it this way, because we got lots of pieces. Okay, so you're also going to need a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5.25. You're going to need some scrap of basic white to do a little bit of stamping for your little hippo and that. So we also need a piece of cardstock that is, flip it over, 4 by 5.25. This is a coordinating piece of cardstock that matches obviously my papers over here. So we are also going to need a piece of, I'm going to flip because I'm using the blue side. This piece is 3 3/4 by 5. That's one pattern. This paper is the Butterfly Kisses paper, so this has nothing to do with the hippos, but I just like all the fun and bright colors, so that's why I chose that. We need 2 pieces that are 1 3/4 by 5.25. You need 2. And I also have another piece of that same, because I'm going to put this, just a little decoration on the inside of my card, that is 4 by 1/2. This is another pattern from that same paper. This piece is 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then I also have, which I already die cut it out, this is a 3-inch circle, and this is cut, this is the same, obviously, color as this. This is Parakeet Party. I think that's right. Yeah. That's the color. This is Starry Sky, by the way, in case I didn't tell you. The circle I die cut from these Stylish Shapes dies. If you don't have circles, you could do a 3-inch square. Just cut it with your trimmer. So, hey Meg, how are you? Thanks for, I'm glad to be back too. And I also cut with this one of the smaller circles, which is the second smallest, which is this one. The 3-inch circle is the largest. From the second, a piece of white. I am going to stamp, that circle is 1 1/4 inches. I am going to stamp a sentiment on there, which is why I have that. And then you're also going to need just a little scrap piece of this blue. We will have a piece of this left over, so you can use that, and a little scrap piece of the green. And one more piece. This is my last piece. Another piece that is 4 by 2. Okay, lots of good things. Hey Sharon. We've got people from all over the U.S. I just love it. Okay, so these are all the pieces that we need. We're going to do our stamping on here. And there's one more. What did I do with it? We do need one more little scrap piece, and I got to find it. Find one. I'll take it out of my paper here. This is my cut up paper. We just need a little scrap piece, and I'll tell you what we're going to do with that. I'm doing this instead of coloring, so we're going to do a little piecing together. Okay, so these are all the pieces we need, and let's get started from the beginning. And I am just going to pile all this stuff up. I'll take my stickers off. All right, these are my scraps. Move those over here. Lots of pieces, lots and lots of pieces, but it'll all come together. You know, I would show you the card, but this is something new for me. I haven't even made this card yet. I laid out all the pieces. That's kind of how, when I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make a card, I'm not sure how you do it, but how I do it is I kind of pick pick the paper I want to use, and then I look for the coordinating cardstock colors. And when I'm cutting the different pieces, I just kind of start laying them on like I'm making the card, but I don't actually attach anything until I get all the pieces that I like, because sometimes I switch out a background color, or I switch out a piece of paper that I like a different pattern better, or I want to use squares instead of circles, or a green circle instead of a white circle. So I kind of play around with my pieces. So I haven't even put this card together yet, so I'm not sure how it's going to come out, but it'll be great. So we'll see. We're going to find out. I know where the pieces are going to go. I don't even have a card to show you what it looks like. I know in my head. So hopefully my head and everything else will all come together. So actually, I'm going to move that aside. I'm actually going to use my, my Simply Scored to score this, only just because it's big and it's just kind of easier. So this is 8.5 by 11. We're going to put it on the 11th, the long side, the 11th side, and I'm going to score it at 5.5. Kind of like, you know, like you were making other cards. Then I'm going to turn it 90 degrees. So now the short side is along the top, and I'm going to score it at 2 1/8. And then I'm going to turn the whole thing around and score on the other side the same thing, 2 1/8. And that is all the scoring that we're going to do. So if you're doing this on your trimmer, I'm just going to show you real quick. You would put it on this way at 5.5. Move this out of the way. Do your scoring right down the middle. And then you would turn it and do 2 1/8 and score it just like that. And then you would flip the whole thing around and put it back so that you could do the other side. So you're scoring it at 2 1/8. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little cutting. Now, yes, sometimes, yes, colors are hip. Yes, they are. Yes, sometimes I have a hard time choosing colors too in paper. Sometimes that can be the hardest part. One of the reasons I chose the paper I did today, which was the Butterfly Kisses, is because this stamp set just kind of screams fun to me. And so, you know, if you're doing something fun, then you should have fun papers and bright colors. So that's why I chose my paper. So, okay, so let's get back to this. So this, I'm going to just fold it just a little real quick so you get an idea. What we're going to do is we are going to cut away this big rectangle on this side and cut away this one on this side. There are two ways that you can do it. You can do it with a pair of paper snips and just cut, or you can use your trimmer to cut it. So I know you all know how to cut with scissors, so I'm going to show you how to cut it with the trimmer if you need some help with that. So what you would do is you would line it back up. We're just going to cut it down to this score line right here. And there is a little ridge on top of your cutting thing with the little line. So you can see when you get there where the little line is, when it lines up with your score line here, that's where you're going to stop. So I'm going to put that back up there. So we want to put it at 2 1/8. I'm just going to make sure I've got it down, and then I'm just going to cut down until I see, sometimes I have to stand up to see it better, that line on my cutter lines up with this line here. And then I can take it off, and you can see, there it goes. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, but I am going to flip it over and do it from the other side, just so I can, to me it's easier to measure 2 1/8 than to do it the other way. I'm going to put my cutting blade back up there. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut down till we get right to this, to that line on your cutter, lines up with your line here. And there we go. So the other part you can also cut this with that way too, but I want to show you something else that makes this card easier once it's all folded up. So you can see that there's a little ridge right here. When you're cutting this piece off, because we're going to cut this piece off, you want to cut just below the ridge, because our card is going to fold down and these are going to fold in, and it'll make it easier because it'll be just a teeny bit or right below the ridge when it's folding in. So I'm just going to cut it, and you can see that I cut just below the ridge because this piece is going to fold in. This one is going to go on top, and if you don't cut it close enough, then this is going to be kind of hard to fold over. So that's why. And actually I need to trim this side because I didn't quite get it. I was trimming from the wrong way. So I'm just going to trim a teeny bit more off. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same with this side. I'm going to cut it right below that the little ridge, because I want my pieces to fold in. They're going to fold in like this, and then this piece is going to fold down. And now we have taken our 8.5 by 11 piece, and it is now a 5.5 by 4 1/4 inch card. So we do want to make sure that we crease these really good. So we are going to do that. This is called, I think, a hidden gatefold card, because this is the front of the card, and then you're going to open it up, and it's like, oh, look, a surprise. So that is the base of our card. This piece right here, when I said you needed another scrap, we have 2 of these, so you have 2. You can use either one. We're just going to die cut a little something for our little hippo to stand on. So we are going to go ahead and do the main parts of our card, which are all of these pieces. It's not that piece, and it is not that. Those are extra. So we're going to put all these pieces together. So these 2 pieces are going to be layered on top of each other, and then they are going to go on the front of our card like this. So I'm just going to get a little, actually going to use see if I can get it, so I can get this working today. All right. Try it this way. Sometimes it works better this way. I'm not sure why. I hold it different. It's a weird thing. Let's see if I can get it be straight today instead of using my glue where I can slide it around. All right. Actually, let me put on this side. I got a little dot on the other side. So I'm going to try and get all the 3 edges even. If I get 3 edges even, hopefully the 4th edge will be even too. There we go. And then this is going to go on the front of our card. What do I do with there we go. So we're just going to put that on the front. All right. I am going to flip it open because it's easier for me to see where, so I'm going to turn it this way. I accidentally stuck this in my ink when I was cutting it, so I have a little dark spot here, but it's going to be covered up by my other pieces. So I am going to put that there, just like that. All right, I'm glad you reminded each other to come tonight because this is not my normal time. These pieces are going to go right here in the middle. We're going to deal with those in a second. So we're just going to put a little adhesive on those. Yep. Sometimes I over adhesive my stuff. I'm not sure why. I am going to flip this open because it makes it easier for me to see where I've got it, if I've got it even or not. Okay, if you're wondering why I did not put another layer of cardstock on here, that is because this is in the middle of the card. So sometimes you don't want to get too much bulk, otherwise it's not going to fold up very well. So that's why there's not an extra piece of cardstock or border around these pieces. So I'm gonna just put that on like that. Okay, so now it's gonna open like that. You're gonna see that. And on this part, I am going to add a little bit of this little strip that I had, this 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch strip. I think it's a 1/2 inch strip. It's just going to go along the bottom. You can stamp on this if you'd like, before or after you put it in the card. If you want to wait and attach this later after you've stamped on it. This piece is going to go right here. Actually, I'm going to stamp on it, so I'm not going to attach it right this second, but that's where it's going to go. And then these 2 pieces are going to help decorate our front. So these 2 are going to get adhered together also. Gotta stick my hand on there. Whoop. I am going to adhere this right here. This does have an up and down pattern, so when I put it on the card, I want to make sure that it is going right side up and not upside down. This is going to go somewhere about right there. I am going to put a little bit of ribbon around it. I was trying to decide if I should do green or blue, but I think I kind of decided on the green. I don't know why, because I got lots of green on there, I guess. So, but this is some of the like glimmer ribbon. It's very shiny. I am just going to, I'm going to put a bow on it later, but right for now, I'm just going to attach it to the back real quick. So I'm just going to get my thing going. A little bit there, a little bit there. Going to attach that. It's going to go right down the middle. Hopefully that's the middle or close to the middle. Close enough. I'm going to cut that off. And now this is ready to go on the front of our card. So we're just going to put a little bit more. Put this on there. I do want to put this right side up. And this is going to go just from the edge of the green to the other side. Yeah, that looks good. There we go. So our card's coming together here. Now, this is the next part of our card, is this little circle here. But our little hippo is going to go on there. So first we need to do a little bit of stamping. As soon as I find my scrap piece. We're going to stamp on this too, so I'm going to show you why. Okay, so the hippo that I'm going to do is this one right here, the little dancing one, because she just kind of looks very cute. I am going to stamp this in Memento ink, and then we're just going to do a little coloring for her with the Stampin' Blends markers. So this is the black that's going to give us the outline. There she is. Isn't she pretty? And what I do with my lid. There we go. All right. And we're just going to do a little bit of coloring. So I chose to color her in gray granite and a little bit of petal pink and a little bit of Calypso coral, because that's one of the other colors that's in my paper here, which is right here. So I've lightened the dark. This is just the dark, which I'm going to use on her ears. Just give her inside of her ears. Also her little, I guess, nails on her hand. I guess what you call that. Okay, and then the Calypso coral is what I am doing for her little dancing shoes down here. So we're gonna go ahead and color those in real quick. Okay, and the rest of her is going to be gray granite, using the dark and the light. So I am just going to kind of go around the outside a little bit and where there might be kind of some shadows on her. here. We're not going to color her little tutu dress. We're actually going to do a little bit of stamping with that on the striped piece of paper we have, which I haven't done yet, but we are going to do that. So, and then I'm just using the brush edge. Make sure you don't color her eyes in, otherwise she's going to have gray eyes because we want to see her eyes. Oh, almost forgot. Also put a little petal pink around her little nose here. And for her little smile. All right. So we're just going to kind of color that in. Kind of go around where those little spots are. Okay. The legs down here. Just kind of be careful. You want to color like inside the lines, not outside the lines. So we're just going to kind of give her a little color. I am going to color her face, the top part of her face, and her arms and her legs. I'm going to give her like another coat so that her nose and her little belly is just a little bit lighter than the other colors. There we go. Oops, I forgot her leg. She has two legs. We need to make sure we get her other leg. All right, so her little tutu there, I want it to be the same as the little stripes in here. So you don't need an entire piece to stamp with. So I just need a piece that I can get her little tutu on, because then I'm going to cut it out and then we're going to just piece that little tutu right on her. So I'm just going to take some ink, and it's okay. We don't really care if we ink her whole thing, but we want to make sure where her little dress is, her little tutu dress is, and we're going to make sure that we get that on here. And so you can see it's kind of on there. I think you can see. You can see her little dress. And then we're just going to cut around it. So we want to cut kind of right on the line, but right on the outside of the line. So lots of times when we cut and we're doing it next to the line, we leave space, but this one you're going to kind of cut right to the edge of the line, and you're just going to cut out her little dress. So that when we lay it back on top of where we stamped, you can see that it looks like it's all one piece, like you almost colored it. So you can do this with any paper. You don't have to use this, obviously, striped paper, but you can do it with any paper. And it's just another way to decorate that. You could have colored it too with other Stampin' Blends markers, but I kind of like the fact that this paper matches the inside paper of our card, which is kind of why I did that. So we're just going to cut right where it is, and there we go. We have a little tutu that we can just lay right on there, and there we go. Just like that. Okay, so I do need to die cut this out. I am going to die cut a couple other things. Actually, I think I already die cut one of the envelopes. So we are going to die cut her out, and I'm also going to die cut the little bucket that I showed you. This one. This is what we need a piece of this for, because we're going to die cut that out of there. And I also die cut an umbrella. I did it earlier because I don't have a lot of that paper left, and I'm not sure what I did with the other paper. I'll show you, because I could do it again. I already die cut a little umbrella right out of the the paper. So I've already done that, so you can see that, but we are going to use that too. But I do need to cut her out and cut this out, so we're just going to do a tiny bit of die cutting. Move that out of the way. And move my umbrella. All right, so we're just going to put this on there. I'm going to put it that way. This is our little dancing ballerina. And actually, I'm going to cut this off here. I'm going to cut that off because I also had a little piece of green, and we're going to die cut. These are two little flowers, so we're just going to put that on there. This is going to go on here. See if I can get it right where I want it. Hopefully that's right. And we're just going to run them all through at the same time. I like to die cut as much as I can at the same time, just because it's easier. I'm going to take these off, take that off, move this, move that, put my paper back because it's gone all wonky on me. All right, so this is our little bucket. Here is our little hippo. And we're going to bring her little dress back. So we want to put her dress on her, and these are little flowers. I'm going to stick one of those on there. I'm going to save my other one and put those back so I don't lose them. Okay. Whoa. Knocked over my stuff. Okay. So this is going to go on the, we're going to need to glue this together. So I am going to put a little bit of glue on here so that we can put her dress on. Ooh, I made a little mess there. Let me clean that up. There we go. Whoop. There we go. Little dancing hippo there. This is, she's going to stand on top of this, so she's going to be spotlighted in the circle here, and she's going to stand on this. But because I want it, this is actually kind of like a bucket, like if she was taking a bath. So, but what I'm going to do, because I want it to look more, as I find my scissors, I'm going to cut the handles off, so that it's just going to go straight down, because I want it to look more like she's standing on top of her own little stage. So I just cut the little handles off, just like that. We don't need those, because this, got glue on my hand now, is going to go down here. It's going to go this way. So it looks like she's going to be balancing on her little thing right there. She's got a little umbrella that we can put in either hand. I'm going to put that on there. Our big flower, I'm going to put right there. Oops. Flip it over. I am going to use a glue dot for that. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. Oh, I'm glad you like the design. I know, it is kind of an elaborate card, isn't it? But it goes together pretty fast, so that's a good thing. So I am going to, I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. It's going to go flat. Grab my glue because it's faster. Put a little glue on there. Okay, my little dancing girl here is going to be on dimensionals, because you can't have a card without something on dimensionals. Put some by her feet. Up here. Over here. Okay. Get all these little pieces off. You want to know how I get those little pieces off my desk? Let me put this on first. So we are going to put that on dimensionals too. I have a lint roller like you use for, you know, like to pick up pet hair or something. And I just roll it over all over my desk when I'm done. And it picks up all my little pieces. It's great. It sits right on my desk. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put our little dancing girl up here. Give her a little umbrella. See if that's too big. Nope, that's too big. Put a couple of these on the back. I am just going to put a tiny little dab of glue right there. Little dot just to, so it'll stay stuck to her hand here. There's her little umbrella. And there's one more thing that we didn't do, and that is our little sentiment piece. And this, I'm going to use the You're So Hip, and we're just going to stamp that right in the middle there. I am going to use Starry Sky ink because that matches my card. So, whoops, I got it on the edge here. Hold on. I need to wipe my stamp off. I got crazy with my stamp and got it on the edge, and I don't want to get it on the edge when I'm actually stamping, so much better. Didn't get it on there. Hopefully I got it in the center. There we go. This is going to go on dimensionals also. Throw a couple on there. And that is our card, except for, oh, I was gonna get all the little sticky things off. Going to go right there. You're So Hip. And then if you want to stamp on this also, there's also another sentiment on there that says love you a ton, so I'm gonna put that on there. You could put happy birthday. This stamp set doesn't say happy birthday. Or maybe, oh, you're always in point. Let's do that one because she's on point in her thing. So we're going to do this one instead. You're always on point. So, kind of goes with the front of the card, doesn't it? So we're just going to take this one off. Put this one on. When I'm putting mine on, my stamps on my thing, I line it up on the piece of grid paper and then put my thing on top. That way I have a good chance of getting it straight on my card. So we're just going to get the same Starry Sky ink. We're just going to put it right, hopefully that's in the middle. There we go. And this other extra flower that I had, because there are two flowers that die cut, I think I'm just going to stick that right here. As soon as I find my glue dots. There they are. Glue dots. And then this is going to, whoops, got another extra one. Put some glue on the back. This is the inside of our card. And just kind of center that on there. So now when they open the card, they don't need that. And that's the front. So it does need, I think, something a little shiny. So we're going to throw some basic rhinestones on there. If you want to, if you have these Stampin' Blends markers, you can color them Just take the fat end, give them a little color. This is Starry Sky. This one is Parakeet. I'll just do a couple green ones. Maybe decorate our card front a little bit. All right. And let's put one right in the middle of our little thing right there, and maybe throw, whoop, come on off there. Whoop, it wants to stick to my hand and not to the card. Hello. All right, let's try that again. I've run out of my sticky stuff. There we go. Put one on there. Throw one down there. There we go. A little bit of sparkle on there for you. So there's your card. Move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. Oh, my stuff out of the way. There we go. So there's the card. Flip it open. Open it up. All done. So I hope you like this card. Like I said, this is one of the free stamp sets. If you missed the earlier part, because I came on early because I accidentally hit the play button before I was ready, and so I showed you the catalog. If you go back, you can see this is one of the stamp sets that's in the Celebration catalog that you can get for free. The stamps and the dies, and I don't know, I think it needs a bow. While I'm talking, of course, I'm gonna, can't even cut. You might throw a bow on here. Maybe not. I might take this off, but I saw ribbon, and I'm a sucker for ribbon. So we might just put this on the side here. Or not. Maybe not. Nah, too much. Goodbye. All right, there's the card. If you like it with the ribbon, you can put a piece on, but I think it just kind of went past over the top. All right, so that's my card. I hope you have a great evening. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you here next week. And I have a request from one of the, I do have a blog, www.jumpingintostamping.com. If you haven't gone over there to check it out, please do that. I do post cards on there that I do not do on my Facebook Live. So there's other cards over there that are not the same, but Laura saw a card and she liked it, and she said, oh, I'd like to see how you did that. So next week I'm going to be making a window card. So please join me next week for that. And I hope you have a great week. Check out my blog if you want. If you have anything that you want to order and would like to use me as your demonstrator, that would be great. I'd love it. This is my July host code. Please use that host code when you're ordering. And I hope you enjoyed tonight's card and have a great weekend. See you next time. Thanks so much for watching.